And welcome to the Part Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan. And joining me today is Mr. Devil Dave. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing good. Doing good. Ready to burn it all down. But you know what? Let's just keep living life.
Yeah, why not, right?
And we're here today to talk about the 1993. Let that settle for a second. This movie came out in 1993. It is insane. Hocus Pocus. This scored a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb and a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Um, you surprised with those scores?
I think it's over the since the movie came out, and like say the beginning of the internet where they started to rate stuff like that. Um, I would say so. This is more of it's more of a cult classic at this point, right? It when it came out in '93, I remember seeing it in the theaters, and I was immediately like drawn to it. I thought it was great because I loved Halloween. You know me, I these movies that I'm bringing up to you are my favorites because that's the kind of movies that I watch. I watch just playful Halloween movies. I don't watch gory stuff or even scary is a little too much for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you think about where it was in 93, just like say 2000, 2005, this thing has taken off to a new level now. They had like their 20th anniversary spectacular, going on they had a special on that. They talk about every year there's their Hocus Pocus 2 coming out. They've been demanding it for 20 years.
Next
So
year?
I think, yeah, they say next year, right?
Yeah,
Um, for for me, I don't know. The movie itself is just kind of, it's good. It's okay, right? It's a family friendly Halloween movie about three witches and then they get brought back to life. That's
right.
not like groundbreaking stuff. You're not going to win an Oscar on this stuff, but a lot of people really do enjoy this movie. So maybe whenever you go log on somewhere, what reviews do you see more of? Negative reviews, right? Because most of the time people aren't logging on to tell you how good of a job or how good of a thing something else is, but they'll get on there and complain about it, right?
Right, right.
So that I think that has something to do with it. But
Okay.
I mean, it's not
Um,
fantastic, but I love it.
no, I mean it's a fun movie, and
Mhm.
the nice thing about this is one that you sit down and you can watch with your kids, right? Like I guarantee you introduced this to your kids and you were excited when it was time for them to watch it, right? And then to see them watch it and enjoy it, um, is nice. And now you've got the grandkids, and now you get to introduce it to the grandkids and things like that. It's something you can sit down with everybody in the family and watch and have a good time. And it doesn't necessarily have to be during Halloween. Like my youngest, it'll be March, and she's, you know what, Dad, I haven't seen Hocus Pocus in a while. Let me pull that up and watch it
Yeah.
because
We've
it's
done
just
the same as well.
movie.
It's right there on Disney Plus. So it's extremely easy to get to that and like say, Nightmare Before Christmas. Those are two staples.
Yep.
Um, with the movie itself, I, I don't know. I don't understand the negativity to be honest with you. With a lot of people with this movie, but it's just a real light and playful movie. The plots there. You got Bette Midler there. You Sarah Jessica Parker. I can't remember the third one, the brunette on the right there, but she's
Yeah,
hilarious. She's funny
yeah,
as all get out.
yeah. I mean, all three of them are, and it's one of those movies where it's like you don't watch this movie for grade A acting because that's not what you're getting in this. You're getting goofball, kind of over the top type acting with this, and fun. It's a movie that was made to have fun with. Now, if you want to sit here and poke holes in some things, let's poke some holes in some stuff, right? Like
Sure.
so, this revolves around the Sanderson sisters, witches that were stealing kids to become younger. Which I'll tell you something. Honestly, I don't know how I never really noticed. I never really noticed how old they looked at the beginning and how ugly they looked at the beginning. Like honestly, like and I've seen this movie a million times, and today was the first time that I actually noticed that. I was looking at it, I was like, "Wait a minute." I and then after they, uh, steal the first kid's essence,
Mhm.
and then they're like, "Chizow, here we are now." You're like, "Oh, okay." I was
Yeah,
like,
as you see on the cover here, that's how they look throughout the movie. At the beginning, they've aged. They got some years on them.
"Yeah,
The previous thing I was talking about, I got sidetracked and lost my train of thought. I think this movie really boomed when 31 Nights of Halloween was
okay,
established or came out because this was a cornerstone staple and they would play this almost every single day. You know what I mean? Throughout the month of October. So it caught on and more people watched it. I can't remember what it was before. It's freeform now. What it used to be, ABC Family.
Yeah, yeah, ABC Family.
And so this they pushed this movie out there so much that that's where I think it caught on a lot, where another generation of people saw it, the next generation up. The kids saw it, the family was introduced to it, just like you said, even me and the kids and you and your kids, they watch it as well. So, but overall, what'd you think?
I enjoy it. I have fun with it every time I watch it. Now, as an older adult, I look at it, I'm like, all this could have been avoided had they done a few things. Like, so you've got this candle there, right? And it's this candle that's made, and if a virgin lights it, they'll come back. Well, why didn't just like a non-virgin just grab it and throw it in the fire? They knew what it did, right? Because it's written there. That's how he knew what it did. So why don't you just, hey, I got this. I don't want my kids to be taken by a witch, and you just grab it and you throw it in the fire, and then you're done with it.
You do that, and you just put another candle there. Just put another candle there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
just pull the okey doke.
Or if you don't want to burn it, put it in lock it up,
Yeah.
right? You've got all these artifacts there in this abandoned, cabin, so
Museum.
that just anybody can go in there, right?
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Like maybe back in the 90s, which I think it was just as terrible, but like teenagers, right? Like if you go on a field trip or you were in a museum or something like that, you're not really on your best behavior. You're
No,
gonna have some jackass kid that's gonna, you know what I mean? The first thing as soon as I walk in there, they're gonna light that damn thing up,
yeah,
and so it just seems real risky. And then of course you got some California kid that
right,
comes into town, hates where he's living, wants to impress the hottest girl in school and all this crap, and then lights the damn candle.
yeah. First, he offers her, is like, "Hey, you want to light this?" And then why do they have so many lighters right there next to the candle?
Zippo, they got a Zippo
Like
display.
they've got a whole, they've got like 40 different Zippos there, so just in case one doesn't work, and then two, it's been sitting there that long and it's still working. That's a pretty darn good lighter. Let me tell you that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, what I mean, they back in the 90s, back where you could smoke everywhere and anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised there's lighters there. There was lighters on every counter of every store everywhere. Like Jesus Christ.
but yeah, you got that, and I mean, come on, dude, don't just be stupid, right? But then they light them on fire, right? They trap them, and they get them lit on fire. Well, why
Well,
doesn't
they
that
bake
work
them,
the
right? In that
Yeah,
kiln? Yeah, in the
but
kiln.
there's flames. You see the fire coming up. So it wasn't like they were just in an oven and it just got really hot, right? It's not like a really hot sauna. No, there was flames that come flying up. They burned it. But that didn't work the second time. There's a little plot hole there for you, you know. Um,
I do like that, all these movies are like up in the Northeast, in Salem and whatever.
that's my
Um,
next thing. All good Halloween movies take place in Salem. That's how
yeah.
you know you're watching a good Halloween movie. This is in Salem. Hubie Halloween in Salem.
Down here we don't get a lot of the changing of the colors and things like that on trees. So every time we watch a movie, I'm like, oh man, it looks awesome. Um, but yeah, the kid, the little sister could be one of the most annoying people ever.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
And I know
Like,
all kids go through that bratty age, and she's just right smack dab in the middle of the bratty age.
yeah, yeah, and just a beating. And then when they go visit when they go to the girl's house, right, and they're trick or treating, and they look at the house, they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at this house." That house wasn't that impressive. Okay,
It's
I,
impressive for that neighborhood because
no,
it's
no,
one of
no.
those.
There's plenty of other houses you see in that movie that look a lot better than that house. Okay,
Really?
uh, it was kind of playing up front, and then they just walk in like, "Hello, trick or treat."
Maybe it said, "Come on in" or something.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. The bowl was inside. I have no idea.
He's going all mad scientist in there with all the candy bars. He's like, like, come on.
I think we need to go. You mentioned Ernie in the last one. We skipped past Big Ern, Ice, and his
Ice.
little buddy in the graveyard hanging out, asking for a bud or some cash. Got any cash?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
cigarettes? No, no. Oh, okay.
What
No
the hell? I
cigarettes.
give you money, you loser.
Yeah. Let me
Ends up
let me
snaking
try
his
on those
shoes
shoes.
from him. Let me try it on. They're not your size.
Yeah, not gonna fit, bro. Not gonna fit.
And then so that's the reason I bring it up, because then they're out front like smashing pumpkins, or for some reason they walk out of another house, they're smashing pumpkins, they're doing this and that, and like just causing hell, like taking a skim off everybody's candy sack.
Yeah, charging a tax. I can't. And all the parents are all at this big party, right? Like,
Town hall, yeah.
oh, nobody's concerned about their kids. You got little kids running around that place like crazy. They don't all have older brothers, okay? Some of them are only child,
Yeah.
and they're running. You got some 6-year-old running around trick or treating, all by himself. They're just running everything. Um, Except for you do have some people at the houses that scene with that old guy when they go in there, he's dressed as the devil. That one always cracks me up because it's just like he's just like, "Oh, come on in." Like, okay, bro. You've
He did.
obviously been married for a while,
Yeah.
right? Like, you're not like a newlywed or anything like that. You thought that was gonna go well when you brought these 3 women into your house and your wife was gonna be cool with it? And then she's just like, "Okay, whatever, I'm done with this," and she walks away. You just keep the party going, like,
She goes back downstairs. He's dancing with Sarah Jessica Parker, like
right,
slow dancing and stuff. Oh my god.
yeah. I'm just like, What, dude? Like, that dude's got 0 to give."
Yeah,
Like,
he doesn't care.
he's got
He's just living, man. He's just living.
that's it.
And while
He's like,
they're in
"Here,
there
have a
screwing
card."
around, the couple perps, couple jerks come walking by and steal their broomsticks. Like what? Who just walks by and takes stuff that doesn't belong to them?
A bunch of kids who have no adult supervision. Like,
Exactly. They're like
that's
6 years old stealing
yeah,
broomsticks.
yeah, I know, it's crazy, and it just so happened to be and how do they know what the Sanderson sisters look like, okay? That everyone's out there dressing accurately as them. They didn't have pictures back then.
Well, I mean, there's
That
descriptions and things like that, and drawings. They can definitely move things along and transpire their thoughts and their visions onto paper.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, color
but
scheme and everything. Come on, man.
so the cavemen drawing on the walls. No, no, that didn't happen either.
Oh, those were black and white. That wasn't a colored picture, sir.
God.
But no, it's a fun movie. I definitely enjoy it. But yeah, I poke around and I have fun with it. But it's a fun movie. I like it. We watch it every year, multiple times. Um, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Like, come
I like
on.
to watch it on freeform only on the nights where it's the pop-up stuff. Because like me and my wife will sit there and have a beer or two while we're sitting there watching or screwing around, and it'll have like virgin count. Like every time they say the word virgin, it pops up. I'm like, drink. And so we just start there. And they talk about the characters, the cats, everything like that. And it brings a little bit of stuff. If you don't know a lot about it, it definitely brings some other things and some fun stuff as well. That's a freeform thing though. They do a lot of those like pop-up type movies and
Like the old school pop-up video on VH1, you remember that?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so it's kinda similar to that. That's pretty I haven't watched I always watch it on Disney Plus. I don't like commercials,
Yeah.
but I'll have to try and find that pop-up version of it to watch it like that 'cause I like
Yeah.
fun. I
It's
like
fun. It's
fun.
just one of those nights where I'm not gonna like sit there and watch it. Like I'm watching that and flipping over to the Braves game or the Sox
Right.
game. With football, hockey, baseball, and everything else on. I'm flipping around and just kind of we'll do 20 minutes of this and 20 minutes of that.
Awesome. But yeah, anything else you got on this one?
Go out there and watch it. You're
Go
gonna
watch
love
it.
it.
It's fun. You'll enjoy it. You gotta get ready for part 2, comes out next year. They're bringing back the whole I don't know if they're bringing back the entire cast because I saw some articles with, the the one who played the girl, I can't remember what her name is in the movie, but,
Yeah. I know.
she's like, "I would love to come back on." So, she's not confirmed, but the all 3 sisters are confirmed, the Sanderson sisters, so you're getting all 3 of them and then whatever else happens, so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. This
We'll
was fun.
see. We'll see. I'm not a real big person on sequels, and it's been 40 or 30 years at this point. So by the time it comes back out, it'll be 30 years. We'll see.
Right? Jeez, 30 years, that's crazy. But hey, guys, it's been fun. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe, follow, comment. If you got anything you want us to watch, we got a bunch of stuff coming up that we're going to watch. We're going to check out Nightmare Before Christmas, so that review is going to be coming out. We're going to start watching some old school cartoons and start giving you, we're going to revisit them, starting with Recess. Definitely looking forward to that. But guys, thank you so much. If anything you want us to watch, send an email, parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, deuces.